Hello, everyone, and welcome to Evolve Yourself TV. I am Agni James, and I am a guided meditation streamer on Twitch. I primarily stream guided meditations, but I also have a master's degree in analytic philosophy, so I do philosophy streams. I particularly like talking about philosophy of mind, philosophy of science, and metaphysics. Those are my three areas that I really enjoy. And then I also am a chess instructor, IRL. So, I come on and I do chess lessons and I play chess games. That's a new thing going on for me. So I just got a new computer desk. I'm still getting used to everything. It's weird when you've been using the same desk for a long time and then all of a sudden you have a new desk and everything moves differently and it's different heights. It's gonna take me a little while to get used to that tonight. I'm already like at the keyboard like messing around. I don't know. It's lower than how my keyboard used to be. It's on one of the slide out rolls. But anyways, that's life. That's part of life, right? So yeah, how's everyone doing tonight? How's everyone in the world doing? Ignorant, hey, what's going on, man? You say, yo, Agni, what's up? Not too much, man. Not too much. I'm glad you asked, though, man. You always ask the questions that make me that get me going in life, right? Today I spent 3 hours putting together this computer desk. I had gotten really tired of my old one. It was falling apart. It was just an ugly desk. I didn't want it. I had it propped up on cinder blocks because it was too short. It was pretty ridiculous. I used that desk for a long time. It was practical, right? It did the trick, but it wasn't what I wanted. So I threw it in the dumpster, and now I got this desk that I'm using. It's good. It feels good to have a new desk and go with it, right? But yeah, so we're gonna be doing some chess tonight. We'll be doing some chess tonight as well. We got a lot of stuff going down. Stay hydrated, everyone. I hope you're drinking enough water out there. It's really important. 90% of headaches are caused by dehydration. I'm just making sure I didn't spill water all over my new desk now. I'm being like extra paranoid about it. Okay, cool. All right. Anyways, let's do some Puzzle Rush. Something I play quite often, actually. Let's load it up so everyone can see it. First, I want to make sure about this. All right, that's all good. All right, and that's all good. Okay, everything's set. Yeah, everyone should be able to see this. Oop, not now, but in just 1 second. There we go. Puzzle Rush. All right. So the goal of Puzzle Rush is to score as high as you can. You want to solve as many puzzles as you can within a 3-minute period. My highest is 29. It's the highest amount of puzzles I've ever scored in a 3-minute period. On stream, I'm usually happy if I can get in the 20s. Somewhere in the 20s is always good for me. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how I do tonight. All right, let's do this. Let's do the Puzzle Rush. All right, I'm gonna move the mic out of the way so my visibility is not impaired, and we're good to go. All right, checkmate in 1. Oops, win the queen. What? Oh, I got a block down here. That was a weird one. That was a very strange puzzle. All right. I guess we just do this, and then this, and then that. Oop. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, sack the queen for mate. Every time you want to sack the queen for mate. A lot of younger players don't know that it's not just about material. They're always about trying to get as many pieces as they can, but it's not what chess is about. Chess is about checkmating your opponent. And mate. Mate. You can have all your pieces and still lose. It's always an interesting sight to see. Oops. No, that's not going to do it. What do we got here? Oh, oh no. No, I see you. You do the rook move first. Okay. Well, that's just how it goes sometimes. And now I'm blundering majorly. All right. I got to focus here. Got to focus. I haven't streamed in like 10 days and I'm all rusty. What am I missing here? I think it's just up and over, right? No, 12. That's a terrible score. 12 is not a good score at all. All right, we're going to get away from that for a second. That was really not a good score. That's like when you score a 12, it doesn't work out well. Danny John, hey, good to see you, and thank you so much for the subscription. Wow, 15 months. That is pretty badass. 15 months. You have been there since the beginning. Danny John has been there since the beginning. That's a 15-month deal there. Thank you so much for showing up. Yeah. Hello to you. How are you doing tonight? How's everything going with you? How's everything going in your world? I just did a pretty terrible puzzle rush, so things are rough. But Danny John, you say no JT Farms, but yeah, I know. There's no JT Farms. You know, where's JT? Where is she? And where's she hiding? JT got to work. She got a job, so she's got to work. Danny, you say things are okay. Kids are. That's right. Yeah, you got to take care of your nephews and nieces this week, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that you're this week that you've been taking care of them. That's a lot. It's a lot to take care of little kids, right? I mean, there's a lot going on with that, right? You can't just relax. You got to keep your guard up, or the kid could just stick a fork in the outlet and they're dead, right? you got to be like, you got to play like you're in war, right? When you got kids around. But yeah, that's just how it goes. It's wartime with the kids. But yeah, you said things are okay. All right, well, when you come back in town, I mean, we'll definitely hang out. All right, let's. I'm going to do a very instructive chess lesson right now. I'm going to play a game on Elite Chess, and this will be instructive because I'm a chess instructor, IRL, and let's see how I do. All right, we're going to create a game. This could be a noob. This could be a master. I have no idea how good this guy is going to be. All right. Playing anonymously. This is always the weird moment in this opening. Let's see. How do I want to play this? I want to get this E4 push in, but it's tough when they with this defense. So I could just chop the knight. That's kind of dynamic, actually. Or push out here. The question is, where's my dark square bishop going to go? I'm starting with this. This doesn't seem like it does a lot, but it actually does. All right, now I'll develop my bishop. Now if he pushes, he can't push either. He doesn't have enough force to push off. All right, so now do I do this? No. I guess we're just going to play conservatively. He's castling that way. I might want to castle queenside, actually. You know what? This is going to be interesting. I think I'm going to end up castling queenside and start attacking everything over here. I'm going to push out. So now she's still trying to get the break in, but he can't quite. He can't do it quite yet. I could actually get this break in first. This might be interesting. Problem is then he's going to have this check. Let's see. What if I develop the queen and he pushes? Take. He doesn't have enough. Let's line this up. He doesn't have enough for this, I don't think. All right. Now he would have enough for it, but now I'm going to go first, I think. So I go first. This is a crucial moment. Oh, that was crazy. Oops. That was a crazy situation. All right. Because if I take now, he takes, he's got the fork, he's on his bishop. Damn. So he's going to just win the pawn flat out, I think. Not great. I didn't see that idea. Let's see. This guy's obviously good. Take. Oh, looks like he's just going to win the pawn. Let's back up. Yeah, this guy's excellent. He's a really, really solid player. Well, hold on. I'm gonna go this. I'm gonna at least win the pawn back now. See, the bishop's not here anymore. Before, the rook would have been hitting the bishop. So I actually I'm okay there. That's all right. That actually worked out okay. Surprisingly, I thought I was doomed. He's got that idea. All right. That's a good move. I don't want to spend too much time on all this. Let's do this. I'm looking at castling king side now, actually. Before, I was thinking of castling queen side. I have a lot of pressure here. I have four pieces hitting that square. All right, we got this idea. Let's see. I could just sack the pawn, actually, which is kind of interesting. No, I don't like that idea. Well, hold on. If I play out, he's got this push, which is really annoying, and I can't push because the bishop will take the rook. So maybe I will just sack the pawn, actually. I could come back here. No, that doesn't work either. Or I could just push, and then if he pushes, let him take. Yeah, I think that might be best. All right. Let's go with this. He's killing me on the clock. So if his idea will probably be that, but then I can just swing the rook over. Everything's defended. That's the thing. Everything's defended. And my king, he's a little bit ahead in development, but I'm one move away from castling. All right. So now I think I just need to castle. Yeah, now I just castle. He might be going with this, right? Which would be a good move for him. He's making a lot of decent moves. I will say that. Oh, now he just saw a nice tactic again. This guy's seeing a lot of good tactics. But hold on, I have an idea right here. Then I'm on his queen. Let's go in for this. This is kind of interesting. I'm on the bishop and the queen. Fork. It's what's called a fork. That's a problem for him, actually. That's a major problem. This is a really nice fork right here. I mean, I don't see what he can do. He can come down here to defend it, but then I still take because he's not going to lose his queen. He just really messed up big time. I'm pretty happy, pretty grateful I found that fork. Because now I just take. And I'm up a piece for the pawn. All right. What does that do? I don't know what that move even does. Could challenge. Oh, he's got two pieces here. That's it. Okay. I didn't see that. Just come on over here and defend everything. Now my rook is out of this line. His bishop was on a real strong. It was on a real strong diagonal there because this pawn could never move because it was pinned to the rook. All right, so he's gonna try loading up now. I think I maybe should go in for the check. I think I can like. I think I have a tactic here. Hold on. Yeah, I think I have a tactic. Because if he moves the rook back, I win the queen. If he moves the king, then I can start going after his stuff. All right. I even have this idea. I want to go after the rook, but I don't see a clean way to do so. I do have bishop takes pawn, which is kind of interesting. Go here. I don't want to think too long either. Hey, I think I'm close to trapping his queen. Hold on a second. I think he's in trouble. I have an idea. Yeah, like what does he do here? Where's his queen going to go? Because if he comes back, I got this. Forking the rook and the queen. His queen doesn't have any squares. His queen has no squares. The only idea is queen back here, and then I have this. And it's just game over. My tactical play has been sharper lately. I've been doing a lot of tactics puzzles. Hey, Herbert Smithens is here. Hey, good to see you, friend. How you doing? I got to go back to the game, but good to see you, man. Oh, let's see. What's going on? So we have this idea now. So I think now... Oh, I didn't even see that. All right. I can't push because he takes the knight. But do I have anything else? I could reroute the knight somewhere. From here he loads up. All right. I'm running low on time. I gotta move quicker, but it's easier said than done. I need to launch an attack. I gotta go quicker. I'm looking at this idea, being on the rook and these pawns, and if he ever pulls over, I can just take. Okay, so he's going in for that, right? And I think I go in for. Trade, go for a trade. Otherwise, knight out. I don't really have, well, I could attack the queen. No, I can't. All right, whatever. We're just gonna go for a trade right here. It's sad because I had such a good position, but yeah. He had a checkmate in one on h2. That was the problem. He might like retreat like there, you know, he could do something like that, and then I just bring my queen over. right, so he's going in for this. I'm not gonna. I want to try to really keep this going. All right, let's see if I can get this trade in. All right, well, now we'll go back here. I'm looking at jumping the knight out here too. Some weird maneuvering going down. He's got about 2 more minutes. Oh, nice. Okay, so now I have this idea. This is what I'm looking at. I'm on the queen and the bishop. So I'm going to be able to trade down. I want to trade down material. That's my number one goal. And now I'm going to be able to trade my knight for a piece, which is good. Knight for the bishop. I really want to trade some pieces. Okay, well that doesn't work because I have this. So he'll take that, and then I'll trade rooks. If I go here, rook's in the pin. Oh, I just lost. Oh, that sucks. All right. Damn. He's only up 2 points, so it's not like complete death. It's going to be a slow death. Check, all right. Just come over here. I'm catching up on time, actually, which is kind of weird. This guy wants a draw. We got a draw. Woo! I got a draw out of that. And I got a draw out of that. That's incredible. No way should that have been a draw. A queen and a rook. But I did have some pressure. My bishop and my rook were exerting a lot of pressure right there. And what's he going to do, right? I'm ready to break through, get my rooks to this. Oh, I also have this check anytime. That was a good one. That was a really good one. All right. So what am I missing in chat? What's going on here? What's going on in the world? Herbert, you say you are here with the help of Gregory Isaacs. You are here with the help of Gregory Isaacs. What the fuck? I meant Gregory Alan Isaacoff. Oh, well, that's very different. That's like a different person. Mixed up your Gregorys. Dude, have you ever seen the movie Ice Cream Man? Have any of you out there seen the movie Ice Cream Man? Let me tell you, it's a good movie. And the protagonist is Clint Howard, Ron Howard's brother. He's like a real creepy, weird-looking dude, and he plays an ice cream man. In fact, maybe I should show you. I should show you this Ice Cream Man. Let me show you a little clip of Clint Howard in the Ice Cream Man. I'll bring it up on YouTube right now. My keyboard's is not working apparently. It doesn't want to work for me right now. That's kind of interesting. All right, here we go. Let's see. This is a great movie. This is like one of my favorite movies of all time. Let me bring it up. So I'll make it so everyone can hear it nice and clear. It's a B horror flick, Danny John. It's just more ridiculous than scary. It's not. It's a kids movie, I guess you could say. Oh, all right. I got to wrestle with this a little bit. Yeah. All right. Hold on a second. We're almost there. Okay, good. Everyone can see it now. All right. Let me. You should all be able to hear it too. I'll start playing it, and then. Yeah.
No bad days.
Here we go.
Here at Wishing Well. Only happy days.
Open wide, Gregory.
It is a happy day. Now he's out, rehabilitated with a brand new job.
Here you go.
I'd like to buy a gallon of your hard pack.
Next. You didn't say please.
Just a little Roger Smith today.
Oh
Set
man.
apart. Why?
This movie's so bad.
This ice cream has a secret ingredient.
What the hell is that ice cream dork doing out this late?
What's your favorite flavor?
Wow. Always so kind to the little children.
I brought you something special.
Ooh. Sounds yummy.
The cheesy like 80s horror flick.
Every day is a happy day.
Spent the last 20 at some private clinic called Wishing Well for the mentally disturbed.
We believe in compassion. Shut up!
We're at the Wishing Well Hospital. Get some people down here quick.
No one leaves the Wishing Well.
I need to rewatch this. I really do. This is so good.
Even with a head start, there's no escape. You can run, but you can't hide from the ice cream man. Starring Olivia Hussey, Jeff.
Oh, all right.
Vincent Sandel, Berkeley,
That's
David
good.
Norton,
That's
David
good. Well,
Warner, and Clint
everyone should
Howard
see
as
this movie,
the
Clint
ice
Howard.
cream
Like, look at that here. Look at that
man.
smile.
David Norton, David
Hold on a
Warner, and
second.
Clint.
There we go. That right there is the face. This is the face of the guy you want as your protagonist, as the ice cream man. All right, so there we go. I hope everyone could hear that. Let's see. Let me turn it back down to the normal volume. Get everything back in order. It's always like a fiasco trying to get switch between scenes and get everything in order. Let's see. This tag guy, you say you thought 50 Shades was your favorite. No, 50 Shades is not my favorite movie, man. It is not. It is not my favorite movie. Dan John, you say this is ridiculous? Yeah, I mean, could you all hear it, by the way? Could you all hear it fine? Like, it was. I know it wasn't the loudest in the world. I'm messing with the sound trying to get it working, but it's totally ridiculous. It's totally absurd. I love that movie. I've seen that movie many times. But anyways, yeah, Chad guy, how's it going, man? How are you doing? What's new with you, dude? Welcome in. You say oh, hi, Agnew. You missed me, man. Dude, I missed you too, brother. I missed you, man. I didn't have a computer desk. I finally got this beautiful, brand new computer desk, and I spent all day assembling it and getting it perfect and reorganizing the room back here. So, like, everything now is open and beautiful, and I have this smooth-ass computer desk. I feel good, you know? Sometimes you got to upgrade. My old computer desk was garbage. I literally threw it in the dumpster. It's like, it made me feel good. Danny John can attest to that. Danny John can attest to the fact that I was feeling good when I threw it in the dumpster. Jack, I used to say, by the way, people, Agnew was super pissed about avocados being expensive and took it out on his desk. A little bit, yeah. I mean, I don't want avocados to be like $2 an avocado. That's just a little unreasonable, you know? Avocados should be 69 cents. They should be like 69 cents, 79 cents, you know, on a bad month, like 89 cents. They shouldn't be $2. Like, once you start raising the price of avocados to $2, I'm going to get angry. I'm going to get pissed, to be honest. Let's see. Danny Johnny say yes, a little quiet. Yeah, okay, whatever. It came through though. It came through. Yeah, that's the thing. You never know. You never know how it's going to turn out. But yeah, all right. Let's so that was a really cool chess game. I think it's about time we go into a meditation. Herbert, you say you got 2 streams and music at the same time. Shit is trippy. That's intense. That you got 2 streams and music going at the same time. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. I'm gonna do a meditation now, though. I think it's time. We're ready for some meditation. I haven't streamed in 10 days. This is crazy. All right, let's get everything. I think everything's in order. What am I talking about? I'm like, okay, let's take a break. No, actually, yeah, I want to stretch my legs. It's good to stretch. All right, take a 1 minute break. Take a 1 minute break and stretch your legs. All right, we are back. Yeah, it feels good to stretch. Definitely got to stretch out a little bit. People forget how important it is to stretch. And it's funny if you think about it. Animals stretch, right? Like if you watch a dog stretch, cats stretch. It's like a natural thing for animals to do. And the fact that humans just sit around and don't stretch is crazy. Our bodies are designed to stretch. They require it. All right, let's see. Herbie, you say, hell yeah, let's stretch. Yep. Chad, you say, people take a drink. Agnes said the magic word. What did I say, intense? Was that the magic word? What's the word? I have a lot of magic words. Magic words. The phrase, that's intense. Well, it's a phrase. Yeah, I do say that, though, because things are intense a lot. Chad guy, come on, you have to admit, man, a lot of times in life, things get intense, right? You have had moments of intensity in your life. Right? It's not like you haven't. I know Herbert's had intense moments. I know Danny John has had intense moments. It's like we all have intense moments. So we need to bring light to those experiences such that we can share them with others and really have a fond appreciation of those intense experiences. Because, think about what life is. We remember our most intense experiences. You don't remember like the most trivial, monotonous day-to-day shit. You remember like the crazy car accident you were in, or like the day you got married, or like, I don't know, when your wife had a kid or something, right? Or your husband, was there with you when you had a kid. Those are the things you remember, you're not remembering like, hey, I remember one time where I was like, I was washing my face and, I got a little splatter of water on the mirror. It's like, you're not like thinking about that 40 years from now. You're not like on your deathbed thinking, my life was great, but I did splatter water on the mirror that one time when I was washing my face. So, I don't really know if it counts as a good life. Herbert, you say too intense. You play prank calls. You play prank calls to rescue. Yeah, sometimes it's a good thing. Hey, look who's here. Look who's popping in and out. Hi, all. Have a great stream. Thank you so much, JT. That's Q. JT pops in. We are now going to meditate. Find a comfortable seated position. You can sit on the floor in lotus pose. You can sit cross-legged, or you can sit in a chair. The main thing is to find a position that is comfortable for you. The Amitabha Buddhist chant has a chime that rings every 2 seconds, and you can use it to help regulate your breath count. Take a few more slow, deep breaths on your own while maintaining good posture. Inhale through your nose, gently raising your belly. Exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in through your nose, slowly raising your abdomen. Breathe out through your mouth, slowly lowering your abdomen. Stay focused on your breath. Inhale, raising your belly. Exhale, lowering your belly. Breathe in, raising your abdomen. Breathe out, lowering your abdomen. Keep your awareness on your breath count. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your breath calms your body, and your body calms your mind. Be mindful of your breath count. Visualize yourself sitting on the tallest mountain peak. Watching the clouds float through the sky beneath you. Two clouds move together and merge into one. And one cloud stretches apart, dividing into two. These clouds float through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. These clouds are like your thoughts. Thoughts come into being and exist for a while in conscious awareness before disappearing from your mind. That is the nature of human thought. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Keep your awareness on your breath. When thoughts arise in your mind, picture them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. And return your focus to your breath count. Your essence is love. Your love is manifested as light. Your purpose is to shine your light on others. Awakening the inner light within them. And they will shine their light on all whom they encounter, until all of humanity is united as one once again. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which obscures your third eyesight. Focus on your breath count. When thoughts arise in your mind, picture them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. And return your awareness to your breath. Slow down your breathing. Slow down your breath. Slow down your breathing. Slow down your breath. When thoughts arise in your mind, picture them as clouds moving through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. And return your awareness to your breath. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of conscious awareness. Go to the region of your heart chakra. Feel the love which emanates from this location. And the peace which surrounds your love. Give yourself permission to experience the joy which resides here. And the warmth which accompanies it. In this place of perfect monism, opposites cannot enter. In this place of perfect peace, fear is not welcome. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which hinders your evolution. Keep your awareness on your breath. When thoughts arise in your mind, picture them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing from your mind. And return your focus to your breath count. On your next breath, travel all the way down to your center point. Go to the epicenter of your being. At this place, you are one with the source of all creation. At this place, you are one with all of humanity. In this place, fear and worry is not welcome. And hate and malice cannot enter here. Keep your awareness focused on this center point. And when you're ready, travel through. I'll see you on the other side. Here, at your center point, you remember your true identity. At your center, you recall how you came to be. Here, at your center point, you remember your divine purpose. To spread love and light to all those whom you encounter. Here, at your center point, you acknowledge your divinity. And that your essence contains the purest love. you flow eternally from the source of all creation. Residing in this state of perfect grace. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego, which causes you distress and pain. Focus on your breath. When thoughts arise in your mind, picture them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing from your mind. And return your focus to your breath. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all stress and tension from your body. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all stress and tension from your mind. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all existential angst from your being. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all fear and worry from your mind. Gently open your eyes and return to the present moment. bringing with you the peace from this meditation throughout the remainder of your day. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing this sacred space with me. I am honored and humbled to be here with you as your meditation guide. I hope you all feel more peace, love, and light in your lives. And I hope you're able to take the tool of meditation with you into the external world so that you may be calm and peaceful in challenging situations. Thank you. First off, I really want to thank Infinity. Thank you so much for the raid. Much appreciated. It's always a pleasure when you come by. Infinity is a phenomenal streamer here on Twitch. It's a couple, and Dane and Twin Flames, and they stream under the Infinity channel, and it's good stuff. It's workout streams, but not just workout. It's very they do a lot with the internal energy arts as well. They do Tai Chi and some great stuff like that, and yoga. It's beautiful. So check them out. Sour Stash, hello friend. Good to see you. You said you totally forgot about these meditations. You're trying to do it every day, night and morning. Yeah. If you do meditations, I mean, that's going to definitely increase the quality of your life. Well, welcome in, Sour Stash. I don't remember if I've seen you around here before, but yeah, my name is Agni James, and I primarily stream guided meditations on Twitch. Also, I have a master's in analytic philosophy, so I do philosophy streams, and I'm a chess instructor, IRL, so I do chess streams as well. Let's see. Sour Stash, you're saying you work out a lot, but you need this for anxiety. Yeah, this is great for mental health. Meditation is one of the best things for mental health. Yoga, I found that yoga and meditation those two things go hand in hand, along with working out. You need to work out, but you also need to do yoga and meditation. And if you really want to get like the full benefit of relaxation. And let's see. Sour Stats, you say you changed name from So Swirl to this. Oh, been here, you think, twice. Cool. Well, welcome back. Yeah. This is my first time streaming in 10 days. I took a 10-day break because I completely cleaned my whole home, and I threw out my old computer desk and just got everything in order. I steam cleaned all the carpets, cleaned every surface of every single item I own. Think about how crazy that is, right? To go through every single item and just dust off and clean every surface of it. Clean the walls behind the fridge, behind the stove area and the washer dryer. I gave my home the most thorough cleaning it's ever had. Just felt like it needed it, I just wanted to do a real deep cleaning. So yeah, it's been 10 days. Detox the house, right? And you just feel good. You feel good if you're in a clean living environment, right? If the environment is clean, then it's just I feel better. If you're in an environment and there's dirt all over and like rotting food and stuff like that, it's just you don't feel good. You just kind of feel like a little bit uneasy, right? But if you're in a place that is just perfectly has had that perfect deep clean done to it, it's just you feel so good, right? Yeah, it's like a new house or like a new car, right? A new house or new car. You get in a new car, and you can tell it just feels good. It feels fresh, right? Or like a new house, they clean everything, so it's so beautiful in there. Okay, so we got done with the meditation component. Now we are going to do a reading from the Tao Te Ching. This is one of the greatest books ever written. It's Lao Tzu's masterpiece. It's 81 verses. It was written thousands of years ago. And we've been going through one verse at a time, one verse per stream. And just going with it like that. We are currently on verse, let's see. I think 22. Okay, so I got to get the light on so I can actually see what I'm reading. Right? It's kind of important to be able to see if you're going to read, right? We'll go from here. Verse 22. In ruling over men and in serving heaven, there is nothing like being sparing. It is because a man is sparing that he can follow the way from the start. Following the way from the start is what is called accumulating an abundance of virtue. Accumulating an abundance of virtue, he overcomes everything he meets. When he overcomes everything he meets, no one will know his limit. When no one knows his limit, he can possess a state. When he possesses the mother of a state, he can then endure. This is called the way of deep roots and firm stems, by which one lives to see a good many more days. Okay, there's a lot. There's a lot in that. We're gonna have to unpack this a little bit because this was pretty difficult to just grasp right off the bat. So let's read through it one more time quicker. See if we can get the gist of this. In ruling over men and in serving heaven, there is nothing like being sparing. It is because a man is sparing that he can follow the way from the start. Following the way from the start is what is called accumulating an abundance of virtue. Accumulating an abundance of virtue, he overcomes everything he meets. When he overcomes everything he meets, no one will know his limit. When no one knows his limit, he can possess a state. When he possesses the mother of a state, he can then endure. This is called the way of deep roots and firm stems, by which one lives to see a good many more days. Ooh, okay. We definitely needed that second reading there. I think a lot of the message is becoming more apparent after that. So basically, first he talks about being sparing, and then that you can follow the way from the start, right? So basically, if you're sparing, and not just in behavior and actions, but in thought, you're going to be able to. By the way, whenever they say the way in the Tao Te Ching, they're referring to the Tao. So that he can follow the way from the start. So following the path, the way, the Tao, from the start. So you can be in touch with that eternal energy, with that perfect oneness from the start, right? Because if you're in that state of pure love and pure oneness, it's pretty easy to act in accordance with virtue, right? Because you just feel good. You're not, people who feel happy and loving aren't going around punching people in the face, right? They're going around and trying to help those around them. So following the way from the start is what is called accumulating an abundance of virtue. Absolutely, yeah, because you're in that perfect channel of love. Accumulating an abundance of virtue, he overcomes everything he meets. Basically, that would be like the notion of good karma, right? You have so much good karma that you're just going to be able to get through anything that you encounter, any obstacle. When he overcomes everything he meets, no one will know his limit. So he's limitless because he overcomes everything. When no one knows his limit, he can possess a state. So if you feel unlimited and you are living the way, you're living with virtue, then you can do great things. When he possesses the mother of a state, he can then endure. So if you possess the way, the path, if you're part of that path, then you will endure. This is called the way of deep roots and firm stems, by which one lives to see a good many more days. Yeah, you'll live a long and prosperous life, right? If you follow the way. That's what Lao Tzu says, at least. And I think it's pretty on point. We don't really think that much about virtue, living a virtuous life. People are typically more distracted with day-to-day things like going to work and eating and doing whatever, cleaning your house, right? Whatever you're doing, right? But sometimes it's good to reflect on virtue. So that's the Tao Te Ching. That's verse 22. We've been going through that. I think Lao Tzu is brilliant, to be honest. I mean, a book's not going to survive 2,000 years unless there's some good content in there. That's another thing, right? Okay. We are ready for some chakra balancing. It's chakra balancing time, and then we'll do a little chess. So, we've been going through the 7 chakras. We are currently on chakra 2, the water chakra. And look at all these fun exercises. All right, everyone at home, do these. I'm not going to roll around on the floor and do these anymore. I did it last time, and it didn't really work out very well. There's a ton of exercises. Yep, downward facing puppy, cat cow, all that. Standing hip practice, stretching and balancing. Ooh, check it out. We have group work. We can do these things. Do these things with people. If you have a partner, do this with them. That looks kind of fun, actually, right? All right. But I don't want to spend too much time on the exercises. I want to move on to more of the philosophy. Okay, here we go. So, water. Water is the element of chakra 2. Spend time in or around water. Go swimming, visit a river, a lake, or the ocean. Indulge in the pleasures of water in the form of hot baths, hot tubs, or long showers. Study the essence of water, how it moves, how it flows. Pay special attention to your water rituals, like bathing or taking a shower, making coffee, or watering your plants. Pay attention to your need for liquid and how it feels as it goes into your body. Well, that's pretty cool, right? People typically don't think about water very much, right? They're not sitting there thinking about water all the time, but it's super important, right? And it's kind of interesting to kind of think about all the ways in which you use water, right? Whether you're making coffee, right, or just drinking a glass of water or taking a shower. Let's see. Sour Stats, you say, oh yeah, you forgot. Yeah, I'm a chess instructor, IRL, so I do chess lessons and I play chess on here as well. You will relearn it. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I'll teach. I teach when I'm playing games and stuff like that. I try to make it instructive. So yeah, that is cool. It's a great game. It really is. Have you played much in the past? You said you'll relearn it. Like, do you remember how all the pieces move? I always ask that. So people can usually remember the basic piece movements, but okay, we have just one more little section called nurturing, and then we're going to be done with this chapter, actually. Well, done with this part. When we add up all the attributes of the second chakra, water, sex, pleasure, emotion, movement, change, they all describe ways of nurturing and nourishing. So above all, nurture yourself. Do what feels right. Be good to yourself. Well, I think that's pretty on point, right? We need to be good to ourselves. A lot of times we are our own worst critic, right? We're our worst enemy, right? Well, we need to be kind and loving to ourselves, right? We deserve it. We deserve some kindness. I think that's it's pretty important, right? Okay, all right. So we got through all that stuff. Let's see. I think we're gonna do a quick puzzle rush and see how everything's going with that. Last time I got a 12, which was terrible. Let's see. Yeah, I got a 12 last time, which is really bad. My high is 29. On stream, I like to get in the 20s. So we'll see how I can do this time. But the Sour Stats, you say yes, Chessmaster 10th edition for the PC, but many years ago versus the computer and by yourself. Yeah, I remember those old Chessmaster games. Those were fun, man. Those were really fun. Those were a lot of fun. Yeah. By the way, I didn't even ask your preferred pronoun. I should have asked. I just assumed. But yeah, chess is great. I love chess. Okay, all right. Let's do a puzzle rush. So the goal is how many chess puzzles can I solve in 3 minutes? So let's see how many I can do here. We're gonna try to. I like to get in the 20s at least. Black to move. Oh, just win the rook. All right. Black to move, that, and I get to promote. And then we have this and that, and then checkmate. Check, checkmate. Check, checkmate. 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 Check, checkmate. Oh, checkmate. Check, sack the queen, mate. Oh, and then win the bishop. There we go, mate. Oh, no, that was a mistake. All right, all right, whatever. It's not the end of the world. Sack the queen for another mate. Sack the queen for another mate. A lot of these queen sack ones today. What is this? I think we're looking at this, right? All right. And then... Oh, win the bishop. That took a while. Oh, there's that. Okay, and then we have this. Cool. Oh, mate. Mate in 3. This one's tricky. What's going on with this one? Oh, this. Okay, that was a sneaky one. That really was. It might have not looked like it, but it actually was. Oh wow, this is a really sneaky one. I can't believe they threw that in there. Sometimes I feel like they give me ones that are just way too difficult. Does that do anything? And then... Okay. Oh, I missed that one. I didn't see that one. All right. What else do we got here? I didn't... Oh, I got 20. All right, that's good. I'll take it. If I get in the 20s, I'm usually pretty content. I will definitely take 20. I kind of choked at the end there. You know, those last few I missed, but overall pretty decent. All right, Sour Sash, you say, wait, do you ever play checkers? What do people think of checkers? Checkers is a good game. It's a lot of strategy, but I'm not a checkers guy. You know, I'll play it with like friends, you know, every now and then. But I'm never like calling someone up and I'm like, hey, let's play some checkers, you know. But there are some people that are huge into it. You know, there's some big time checkers players out there. Game, I think we all exactly. Checkers is like a simpler version of chess, right? But it's a beautiful game. It really is. It's tons of strategy, right? Okay, speaking of strategy, I think we'll do another chess game and see how that goes. Let's actually do a full game, though. That was just Puzzle Rush last time, so new opponent. Okay, and we got to set it up so everyone can see it. There we go. Okay, we should be good to go. Now, I'm playing anonymously, so this guy could be a grandmaster. He could be a complete noob. So I don't know. We'll see. See if he takes. All right, now I take. If he plays queen a5, I got to do this, I think. I think that was the one set up and then trade queens. The one weird thing about this. He's one of these guys. All right, so let's see. That seems wrong, though. Why does that seem wrong? Something seems really wrong with this move. I just got to figure out what it is. So I'm going to just jump down here. Now he's got this though. That's the idea. So he's got this pawn, but I feel like I'm almost ready for a counterattack, but I'm ready to sack this pawn also. I'm sacking my whole queen side here. He's gonna come down here and take this. I'll play rook over. Then he'll take this pawn probably. So I'm sacking everything for a counterattack. Okay, let's throw this check in. Hold on, I got to do this correctly. Yeah, let's throw the check in first. So basically, I'm going after his king. That's the idea here. That's a shame. I got to move my knight down here, but still okay. It's not the end of the world. He might just be up too much material. He's up 2 pawns, but I don't know. I feel like there's got to be some tactics here. Oh, I can't move this knight. Damn. Take. I think I can bust this open. I really do. But I got to make sure. If I retreat. Yeah, I want to try to go after his king. Question is, I think I just castle here. Okay, I'm finally castled. My rook's on a great file. He's up 2 pawns, but I'm way up in development. I'm looking to hop this knight in here. My knight's going to come alive. Then I'll have ideas of rook over. Knight will be protecting the rook. My bishop's a beast. That's not going to work. Right there. So I got this idea. I'm on the queen. Okay, so he's got that going. Whoa, I'm just going to win his queen. I'll take that. If he's just going to blunder his queen, then he's going to blunder his queen. Dude, you blundering your queen? There's no takebacks in chess. What are you doing, man? All right, now we're playing. Check. He's going to block with the bishop. All right. I feel like blundering my queen now, too, because he's blundered his. I know it doesn't really make sense, but... What if I throw this check in? Does that check do anything? Don't really think so. Alright, we're just gonna do this. I'm on the rook too. Like everything's hanging basically. Everything of his is hanging right now. Victor Sor, hey, good to see you. How's it going, friend? Have you heard of the Polyugovsky Gambit? I think you asked me this for. I have not heard of the Polyugovsky Gambit. I'm playing some pretty lousy chess right here, but yeah, I've not heard of that gambit. Yeah, this guy just quit. Yeah, I don't know. That was a weird game. Like what happened in that game? I feel like let's just do a little analysis real quick. Because I feel like it was just real sloppy for me. Like, what did I do wrong there? Hold on a second. Let's go all the way back. All right. I did a lot of stuff wrong there. Why is my keyboard... This is driving me nuts that my keyboard's not working correctly. All right, we're going to have to go... All right. So this is all fine. I have a very slight edge, right? This is all fine. It did want me to take the knight. I knew there was something wrong with that take. And it does want knight d2, even though I lose the pawn. All right, so it does say sack the pawn. But here I missed the crucial move. I needed my queen to come over. Oh, no, it likes my move. It likes e3. That's cool. So I sacked both pawns here. And it likes that. But here I'm supposed to, I guess... What do I do here? Yeah, move the rook over. Look at that. It likes my rook. All my moves are perfect. All these moves are great. But then, yeah, it says this is fine. Even though I'm down so much material, now I should have brought the knight out. I didn't do that. I came that way, which was bad. All right. Come back down. So he's killing me now. But now I'm back on top. With take. I knew taking was good there. I needed to damage the structure and kind of open up the lines. And now look at my rook. When I play this opening, by the way, I'm always honing in on b8 like that. You know, I have this dark square bishop and the rook, and then I try to open up the file, and I can gain some control over b8 and try to mount an attack. Okay, let's see. Now I castled, which was correct. I actually played good here. Okay, I thought I was playing garbage. I'm killing him. I'm killing this guy. Look at this. All my moves are like the best. It's like best move right there. Bam. Look at this. All right. Here, yeah, I just take the queen. I don't know where he was going. He just blundered his queen. But here I should have took the rook. I don't know why I didn't. I was just too honed in on taking c6 because it hit with check, I think. Oh, all right, whatever. I went to one of the best squares, and then he resigned. Yeah, it's game over. All right, cool. Well, that feels good. That went from a game where I felt like I wasn't playing good because I sacked the two pawns, but I got plenty of counterplay. All right, excellent. Good. Victor, sir, you say, people are so materialistic on Elite Chess. You think it's a cultural weakness of players on this site. But you know what? That's also been a big problem for me in my chess over the years. Especially in my younger years, I was super materialistic. I was always trying to hold on to pawns. I would play Queen's Gambit. I would be playing against Queen's Gambit, and I would take the pawn and I try to hold on to it and stuff. You know, I was always like greedy with materialism. But it's taken me a while to be okay with like You know, learning that, hey, if you just trust in the game, right? If you sack a couple pawns, but you develop a good attack, I mean, a lot of times it's going to work out, you know. But you got to see, you know, how well of an attack you can actually muster, right? Sometimes the attack, if it's not strong and the guy's a good defender, you know, you got a problem on your hands. But yeah, you bring up a good point. A lot of people think, I actually tell this to my students, like a lot of my younger students, I'll say, when you walk up let's say you walk up and you see two people playing chess, how can you tell who's winning? And the kids will, or one of the kids or one of the students will be like, oh, it's because whoever has more pieces or whoever has better pieces. And that's only one factor, right? People don't realize it, but that's just one factor, you know? It's not just material, but there's also space. Who has more space? Who controls more of the map? The chessboard is a map, right? If you control more of the map and the center of the board, you're going to have a strategic advantage. It's also piece mobility, right? If your pieces are all blocked in and can't move anywhere, then you're going to lose, right? Even though you might have more material. And then also whose turn it is, right? Sometimes if it's your turn to move, you're going to win the game, and if it's your opponent's turn, that they're going to win the game, right? So time's another factor, and sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes if it's your turn to move, you're going to lose, like in certain endgames, right? Zugzwang and all that. Okay. Well, anyways, let's move on to the next thing. What is next? What are we doing here? By the way, Victor, sir, what's going on with you these days, man? How's the new place working out for you? I think you said it was a lot quieter, right? The last place you were living in was pretty loud, huh? Oh, I got this new computer desk set up today. I'm really, really digging this new setup. I was really concerned because they didn't have one of the measurements when I ordered it. They didn't have the measurement of how high it is from floor to the bottom of the desk. I have one of those keyboard rollers where the keyboard actually rolls out. I needed the floor to the bottom of that keyboard, and they didn't have that measurement. So like my legs just make it. If I was like 1 inch higher, I'd be fucked. Victor, let's see. Victor, sorry, you say totally much better now. Thanks for asking. Yeah, we'll appreciate it. Yeah. Totally at peace now. Good deal. That probably feels amazing, right? To go from a place that was like super loud and irritating, right, to a place that's like, you know, much more chilled and relaxed. You probably have a much easier time like reading and getting your stuff done now, right? Like all your work and your papers, writing papers, right? You know, like I can't concentrate when I have a lot of loudness and craziness going on all around me. Some people are fine with this. Some people are like, oh, I don't care. There's a marching band. There's a marching band like walking right by me. I'm gonna like write a paper on metaphysics, right? I'm not like that. You know, I need quiet. I need peace and quiet to do my work, right? If my cat's meowing too loud, sometimes it's too much. All right. Maybe are we at Grimm's Fairy Tales time? We might be up to Grimm's Fairy Tale time. This is an excellent book. My mom gave this book to my sister and me when I was 8 years old. This book has been around a long time. Let's see what story we are on. Ooh. All right. We are on Thumbling the Dwarf and Thumbling the Giant. Ooh. All right, we haven't read that one before. We got some good pictures in here, though. Cool. All right, let's go with it. Let's just run with it. I'm going to change to reading fun, though, because that's like a more appropriate category. I am very concerned about being appropriate. It's weird not having a keyboard that works correctly. Come on, keyboard. This is a problem. This is a serious problem. Hold on. It's not the batteries either. I just changed the batteries. There's something else going on. Let me try this and press the button. This is really annoying. Maybe it is the batteries. Yeah, there it is. Whatever. We're at the right category. Okay. Reading fun. Done. All right, cool. Oh, they have just a general reading category too now? Sour Stash. That's interesting. Let me see. Let me try that then. Let's see if I can get the regular. I know there's one called Reading Fun. Is there just reading? Let's see. I'm only seeing Reading Fun. Maybe that's the same. Maybe that's the same thing. Yeah, I need to get new batteries in here. But I just replaced the batteries and it was still doing this. So, hold on. Let me like. Sometimes if you just move them around a little bit, they work better. All right, let's see if that's any better. All right, well, whatever. We're going to go with it. Okay. All right, let's go to reading fun. We're in reading fun now. And we're going to read. All right. Thumbling the Dwarf and Thumbling the Giant. An honest husbandman, you don't hear that very often. An honest husbandman once upon a time had a son born to him who was no bigger than my thumb, and who for many years did not grow one hair breadth taller. He did not grow one hair taller. That's crazy. So he's only as big as the thumb. I think I remember reading this like many years ago. One day as the father was going to plow in his field, the little fellow said, "Father, let me go too." "No," said his father, "stay where you are. You can do no good outdoors, and if you go, perhaps I may lose you." Then little Thumbling began to cry, and his father, to quiet him, at last said he might go. So he put him in his pocket, and when he was in the field, pulled him out and set him upon the top of a newly made furrow, that he might be able to look about him. While he was sitting there, a great giant came striding over the hill. "Do you see that steeple man?" said the father. "If you don't take care, he will run away with you." Now, he only said this to frighten the little boy and keep him from straying away. But the giant had long legs, and with 2 or 3 strides, he really came close to the furrow and picked up Master Thumbling to look at him as he would at a beetle or a cockchafer. It's a weird term. Then he let him run about his broad hand, and taking a liking to the little chap, went off with him. Well, that's pretty intense, so he's just got him in his hand. All right. The father stood by all the time, but could not say a word for fright. He thought his child was really lost, and that he should never see him again. But the giant took good care of him at his house in the woods, and laid him in his bosom, and fed him with the same food that he lived upon himself. So Thumbling, instead of being a little dwarf, became like the giant, tall and stout and strong. So basically, he wasn't eating enough, right? He just wasn't eating enough. His father should have been giving him heartier food. You know, it's like, of course he's not growing. If he's not going to be eating enough, that's ridiculous. At the end of 2 years, when the old giant took him into the woods to try him and said, "Pull up that birch tree for yourself to walk with," the lad was so strong that he tore it up by the root. The giant thought he would make him a still stronger man than this, so after taking care of him for 2 more years, he took him into the wood to try his strength again. This time he took hold of one of the thickest oaks and pulled it up as if it were mere sport to him. Then the old giant said, "Well done, my man. You will do now." So he carried him back to the field where he first found him. His father happened just then to be plowing his field again, as he was when he lost his son. The young giant went up to him and said, "Look here, father. See who I am. Don't you know your own son?" But the husbandman was frightened and cried out, "No, no, you are not my son. Begone about your business." "Indeed, I am your son. Let me plow a little. I can plow as well as you." "No, go your way," said the father. But as he was afraid of the tall man, he at last let go of the plow and sat down on the ground beside it. Then the youth laid hold of the plowshare, and though he only pushed with one hand, he drove it deep into the earth. And by the way, here's a picture. Here's a cool illustration right here. Yeah. That's what the father's dealing with. His kid has gotten big. He took up plow, harrow, and horses and all, and carried them home like a bundle of straw. The plowman cried out, "If you must plow, pray do not push so hard. You are doing more harm than good." But his son took off the horses and said, "Father, go home. I'll tell my mother to get ready a good dinner. I'll go round the field meanwhile." So he went on driving the plow without any horses till he had done 2 mornings' work by himself. Then he harrowed it, and when it was all over, he took up plow, harrow, horses and all, and carried them home like a bundle of straw. Well, that's pretty cool. So he's getting a lot of work done. That's pretty awesome. When he reached the house, he sat himself down on the bench, saying, "Now, mother, is dinner ready?" "Yes," said she, for she dared not deny him anything. So she brought him 2 large dishes full, enough to have lasted her husband and her for 8 days. However, he soon ate it all up and said that was but a taste. "I see very well, father, that I shall not get enough to eat at your house. So if you give me an iron walking stick so strong that I cannot break it against my knees, I will go away again." Well, that's kind of messed up. That's a weird thing to ask for, right? An iron walking stick that he can't break against his knees. Like, I mean, if he's not getting good meals, he should go away again anyway, like hang out with the giant. The giant had all the food, right? The husbandman very gladly put his 2 horses to the cart and drove them to the forge, and brought back a bar of iron as long and as thick as his 2 horses could draw. But the lad laid it against his knee and snap it went like a beanstalk. "I see, father," said he, "you can get no stick that will do for me, so I'll go out and try my luck by myself." Then away he went and turned blacksmith, and traveled till he came to a village where lived a miserly smith, who earned a good deal of money, but kept all he got to himself and gave nothing away to anybody. The first thing he did was to step into the smithy and ask if the smith did not want to hire a journeyman. "Aye," said the cunning fellow, as he looked at him and thought what a stout chap he was and how lustily he would work and earn his bread. "What wages do you ask?" "I want no pay," said he, "but every fortnight, when the other workmen are paid, you shall let me give you 2 strokes over the shoulders just to amuse myself." What? That is so weird. Let me reread that. "I want no pay," said he, "but every fortnight when the other workmen are paid, you shall let me give you 2 strokes over the shoulders just to amuse myself." That's like a weird thing. That's a really weird thing to want, right? Then the old smith thought to himself he could bear this very well, and reckoned on saving a great deal of money, so the bargain was soon struck. The next morning, the new workman was about to begin to work, but at the first stroke that he hit, when his master brought him the iron red hot, he shivered it to pieces, and the anvil sank so deep into the earth that he could not get it out again. This made the old fellow very angry. "Holla!" cried he. "I cannot have you for a workman. You are too clumsy. We must put an end to our bargain." "Very well," said the other, "but you must pay for what I have done. So let me give you only 1 little stroke, and then the bargain is all over." So saying, he gave him a thump that tossed him over a load of hay that stood near. Then he took the thickest bar of iron in the forge for a walking stick and went on his way. When he had journeyed some way, he came to a farmhouse and asked the farmer if he wanted a foreman. The farmer said, "Yes," and the same wages were agreed on as before with the blacksmith. The next morning, The workmen were all to go into the wood, but the giant was found to be fast asleep in his bed when the rest were all up and ready to start. "Come, get up," said one of them to him. "It is high time to be stirring. You must go with us." "Go your way," muttered he sulkily. "I shall do my work and get home long before you." So he lay in bed 2 hours longer, and at last got up and cooked and ate his breakfast, and then at his leisure harnessed his horses to go to the wood. So he's just chilling. He's like, hey, you know what? This is no big deal. I can do this work more efficiently than anyone else. I might as well get more sleep. I mean, it's kind of a good, it's a reasonable thing, right? If you can do more work than anyone else, then you should be, and be more productive, then you should sleep a couple more hours. Why not, right? Just before the wood was a hollow way through which all must pass. So he drove the cart on first and built up behind him such a mound of faggots and briars that no horse could pass. This done, he drove on. As he was going into the wood, he met the others coming out of their road home. Well, that's weird. They definitely used different language back then. "Drive away," said he. "I shall be home before you still." However, after going only a very little way into the wood, he tore up one of the largest timber trees, put it into his cart, and turned about homewards. When he came to the pile, he found all the others standing there, not being able to pass by. "So," said he, "you see, if you had stayed with me, you would have been home just as soon and might have slept an hour or two longer." Reasonable, right? Then he took his tree on one shoulder and his cart on the other, and pushed through as easily as though he were laden with feathers. And when he reached the yard, he showed the tree to the farmer and asked if it was not a fine walking stick. "Wife," said the farmer, "this man is worth something. If he does sleep longer, still he works better than the rest." Time rolled on, and he had worked for the farmer his whole year. So when his fellow laborers were paid, he said he also had a right to take his wages. But great dread came upon the farmer at the thought of the blows he was to have. So he begged him to give up the old bargain and take his whole farm and stock instead. "Not I," said he. "I will be no farmer. I am foreman, and so I mean to stay and to be paid as we agreed." So he wants to hit him. This is crazy. The farmer's freaking out, which probably is justified, right? Finding that he could do nothing with him, the farmer begged 1 fortnight's respite and called together all his friends to ask their advice in the matter. They bethought themselves for a long time and at last agreed that the shortest way was to kill this troublesome foreman. The next thing was to settle how it was to be done, and it was agreed that he should be ordered to carry into the yard some great millstones and put them on the edge of the well. Then he should be sent down to clean it out, and when he was at the bottom, the millstones should be pushed down upon his head. Well, that's crazy. So they're gonna put him in the well, and then they're gonna put him in the well, and then throw rocks at his head. Hey, Books, Brews, and Booze. Good to see you. Welcome. How are you doing tonight? It's good to see you, friend. Let me give you a shout out. Books, Brews, and Booze does. Is my keyboard really going to be messing with me right now? Yeah, it's going to mess with me. I got to change batteries 1 second. But Brooks, Brews, and Booze does awesome reading streams here on Twitch. So, she was doing Sherlock Holmes last time I was here. Let me go get some more batteries. These batteries just died in my keyboard. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Good to see you, though. Welcome. All right, we are back. We are back, ready to go. Let's do this. Let's get this all set up. Hopefully these batteries will do the trick. This keyboard's been acting up a little bit. I might need to buy a new keyboard. Let's see where we're at here. Nope, still not working. Something's up with this keyboard. It's not the batteries, I guess. So I guess I can't give you a shout out right now, unless I have a mod here. If there's a mod around, someone give her a shout out. But anyways, yeah, we're doing readings right now from Grimm's Fairy Tales. This was a book I got when I was 8 years old, and I hadn't touched it in years. And now we're just reading Thumbling the Dwarf and Thumbling the Giant. So it's pretty awesome. Okay, cool. Let's see. You say, oh, thanks. You're well, just eating popcorn way too late at night and technically getting ready for bed. Well, yeah, sometimes it's okay to eat popcorn late at night, right? It's good to do that. Books, Brews, and Booze, you say verbal shout outs are just lovely. Yeah, it's good. I like giving the verbal shout out, and if I can actually fix my keyboard, then we'll be in good shape. It's weird to have a keyboard that's non-functional. What if I put it up here? Hold on a second. I have a new idea. This is my first day with this new computer desk. Let me see. Here we go. Oh, it's working a little bit better. There we go. Just needs to be closer to the... All right, there we go. Books, Brews, and Booze. Books, Brew... Oh, it's Books, Brew! Ah! A misspelling is killing me now. Oh, this keyboard is ridiculous. I can't believe I'm doing this. This is ridiculous. I'm just pretty persistent. Books, Brews, and Booze. Here we go. Enter, work. All right, we got it. That was a lot of work for something as simple as a shout out. And I'm going to put you in my automatic shout outs, and I won't have an issue with that at all. I just don't know what's up with my keyboard. It's really messed up. But anyways, let's see. Chad guy, what are you saying? Agni got a desk and you got a new supercharger for your Tesla. That's true. That's true. Melted candy on popcorn. That sounds good. Now you're making me hungry. I definitely could use that. Is that what you eat, Chad guy? Do you do that? Do you do melted candy on popcorn like Snickers or Mars? Or what do you do? Milky Way? Books, Brews, and Brews. Hi. It won't hold your reading fun category for some reason. Yeah. All right. Well, whatever. It looks like we're good enough though right here. Okay. Anyways. Oh yeah, because it says to travel and outdoors. Yeah, I wonder why it does that sometimes. Sometimes it does that. Reese's are good. Reese's are no joke, but I just try to stay away from candy these days. I don't want to go on candy. Reese's. I'm more of a peanut butter cup guy, not the pieces. Not the pieces, the peanut butter cup guy. All right, we got to get back to the story. We got to finish the story. I want to make sure I run through this. So they're gonna kill this giant, right? I don't know if you guys all caught that. They're gonna basically tell the giant to go down in the well and clean the well, and then while the giant's down there, they're just gonna push these big boulders into the well, and they're gonna fall on the giant's head, and they're gonna kill him. Just because he's like a big dude. I think it's pretty ridiculous. All right. Books, Brews, and Booze. Peanut butter cups. Yes, totally. Those are so good. Reese's peanut butter cups. It's hard to get better than that, but they're also super unhealthy. Victor, so you like nerds? Nerds are fun, but I'm more of a chocolate guy than a other type of candy guy. Let's see. Shaggy, you say, oh no, you lost 69 Agni points for not saying cups. Yeah, dude, Reese's Pieces are not nearly as good as Reese's peanut butter cups. All right. Everything went right, and when the foreman was safe in the well, the stones were rolled in. As they struck the bottom, the water splashed to the very top. Of course, they thought his head must be crushed to pieces. But he only cried out, "Drive away the chickens from the well. They are scratching about in the sand above. and they throw it into my eyes so that I cannot see." When his job was done, up he sprang from the well, saying, "Look here, see what a fine neckcloth I have." And he pointed to one of the millstones that had fallen over his head and hung about his neck. The farmer was again overcome with fear and begged another fortnight to think of it. So his friends were called together again, and at last gave this advice: that the foreman should be sent and made to grind corn by night at the haunted mill, whence no man had ever come out alive in the morning. That very evening he was told to carry 8 bushels of corn to the mill and grind them in the night. Away he went to the loft, put 2 bushels in his right pocket, 2 in his left, and 4 into a long sack slung over his shoulders, and then set off to the mill. The miller told him he might grind there in the daytime, but not by night, for the mill was bewitched, and whoever went in at night had been found dead in the morning. Let's see if he goes in anyway. I think he's going to go in anyway. It's all right, Chad guy. You can use the boom every now and then. I have it there for a reason. "Never mind, Miller. I shall come out safe," said he. "Only make haste and get out of the way, and look out for me in the morning." So he went into the mill and put the corn into the hopper, and about 12 o'clock sat down on the bench in the miller's room. After a little time, the door all at once opened of itself, and in came a large table. On the table stood wine and meat and many good things besides. All seemed placed there by themselves, at any rate. There was no one to be seen. The chairs next moved themselves around it, but still neither guests nor servants came, till all at once he saw fingers handling the knives and forks and putting food on the plates, but still nothing else to be seen. Well, that's pretty creepy. All you're seeing is fingers? You're just getting everything made by fingers your whole dinner? That's really messed up. Now our friend felt somewhat hungry as he looked at the dishes, so he sat himself down at the table and ate whatever he liked best. "A little wine would be well after this cheer," said he. But the good folks of this house seemed to take but little of it. Just as he spoke, however, a flagon of the best moved on, and our guest filled a bumper, smacked his lips, and drank, "Health and long life to all the company, and success to our next merry meeting." When they had had enough, and the plates and dishes, bottle and glasses were all empty, of a sudden something unseen blew out the lights. "Never mind," thought he, "one wants no candle to go to sleep by." But now that it was pitch dark, he felt a huge blow fall upon his head. So basically, yeah, the old thing. They turn off the lights and then hit you in the head, right? That's like they've been pulling that trick since day one. "Foul play," cried he. "If I could get such another box on the ear, I shall just give it back again." And this he really did when the next blow came. Thus the game went on all night, and he never let fear get the better of him, but kept dealing his blows till at daybreak all was still. "Well, Miller," said he in the morning, "I have had some little slaps on the face, but I've given as good, I warrant you." So basically, he's just getting punched in the face and then punching the other guy in the face. That's pretty messed up. "And meantime, I have eaten just as much as I liked." The miller was glad to find the charm was broken, and would have given him a great deal of money. "I want no money. I have quite enough," said he, as he took his meal on his back and went home to his master to claim his wages. So basically, he just wanted some food. You know, he just wanted like a good meal from these guys, right? But the farmer was in great trouble, knowing there was now no help for him. He paced the room up and down while the drops of sweat ran down his forehead. Then he opened the window for a little fresh air, and before he was aware, his foreman gave him the first blow, and such a blow that he flew over the hills and far away. So he jacked him so hard that he flew over the hills. Like that's a pretty serious, intense knock, right? The next blow sent his wife after him. So I guess he hit the wife now. And for aught I know, they may have reached the ground yet. They may not have reached the ground yet. But without waiting to find out, the young giant took up his iron walking stick and walked off. And that's it. It's pretty funny. It's pretty ridiculous. I like it though. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Thumbling the dwarf and thumbling the giant. All right. He went from dwarf to giant, and his whole life changed. So the moral of the story, if you're ever really small, you're probably not getting fed enough. You need to eat more. And if you eat more, you're going to turn into a giant, and then everyone's going to be afraid of you, and then you're going to go around wanting to like fight people, and if you do work for them. And then people are going to try to kill you, but you'll survive. So that's the moral of the story. All right. I think that was a good one. I'm pretty happy with that story. All right. Okay, I think it's time for a little. Well, first of all, we have to go back to the. Let's go back to the home category. Books, brews, and booze. You say eat more, sold. Yeah, that's the moral of the story. We just got to eat more. That was the problem all along. That's what we were fucking up. We needed to eat more, and then everything would have turned better in our lives. All right. We already did the guided meditation. We already did chakra balancing. What are we going to do next? Next, I need a keyboard that actually works. Is this not going to do it for me? It's so weird to try to like type when your keyboard's not working. Maybe if I put it touching it. All right, let's see. Let's do. Yeah, let's go back to fitness and health. Actually, let's do chess. I'm gonna play some chess, so we might as well go to the chess category. All right, we are now officially in chess. There we go. All right. Let's do a quick puzzle rush and see how we do. My record is 29. I'm a chess instructor, IRL. Those of you who don't know, and my record for puzzle rush is 29. Last time I got a 20. I'm usually happy if I get in the 20s when I stream, but like obviously 20, high 20s is going to be better. So let's see how many chess puzzles I can solve in a 3-minute period. That's the goal. Here we go. Checkmate. Checkmate. Oops. Checkmate. Mate in 3. Mate in 2. Sack the queen for mate. Check. Sack the queen for mate. Mate. Mate in 2. Is this really the case? Oh, I missed that one. That was a mistake. Okay, white to move. Oh, just take. No. I think this. No, come on. I choked there. I'm making some really weird blunders today. All right. Get this, pick up the rook. Let's see. This idea, I believe. No, hold on. A little quick there. Check, and what's my follow-up? Is that it? Why am I not seeing my... Oh, really? That's ridiculous. That was a little ridiculous. All right. There's that. That. And then... Oh, okay. And I believe it's like this. And mate, that was a tough one. These are getting quite challenging, actually, to be honest. I mean, I could just pick up the rook. Is there anything better? Check. I think I'm just gonna win the rook. Yeah. You never know what they're gonna give you. You know, sometimes it's like, oh, you know, win the rook. Sometimes it's like, no, you gotta checkmate your opponent. All right. I guess what this. And this. Run. All right. Sack for mate. And then it's going to be oh, 21. All right. 21's good. I'll take that. 21, not bad. Yeah, my best ever is 29, but when I stream, I'm totally distracted, so I can't do as well. I'm a zero distraction guy. I don't like distractions. Victor, so you say, 95, yeah. 95. Oh, hey, thanks for the follow. Needle in a haystack. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. I'm Agni James. I primarily stream guided meditations here on Twitch. I also am a chess instructor IRL. So I do chess streams and I do lessons and things like that. And then I also have a master's in analytic philosophy. So I do philosophy streams. And we've also been doing chakra balancing, readings from the Tao Te Ching, one of the greatest books ever written. And we just did readings from Grimm's fairy tales as well. We read Thumbling the Giant and the Thumbling the Dwarf. It was pretty good. Okay, let's play an actual game. I think it's time for a game now, though. I don't know. My last game was suspect at best. Even though I was making all the right moves, but it just felt a little suspect. All right, so let's go back. Chad guy, you say Agni does 10 push-ups for every follow. I could be one of those guys. that does that. But anyways, I'm probably not going to be that way. Thank you for following Needle and Haystack. Yeah, much appreciated. Thanks for supporting the channel. How are you doing tonight, by the way? How's everything going with you? Chad guy spreads misinformation, by the way. A lot of what he says is misinformation, which is fine. Okay, let's play a game. Create a game. All right, I better win this one. Can everyone see this? We all good? We can all see what we're doing? All right, let's do this. All right. So we got all this stuff. Yep, all this. Am I playing this? Yep. This is weird. He's moved that knight twice. I don't know this opening. I don't know what the hell if this is some garbage opening or if this is actually like a legit opening. I feel like there's some way I could take advantage of this, but I think maybe this makes sense. If he hops in, I'm gonna just retreat my bishop. I think I'm looking at castling next. All right, so now I push. This is what I want. Where's this knight gonna go? Now where's this knight gonna go? Sure, my light square bishop's like weird, right? But these will eventually be dealt with. These issues. I'm just gonna castle. Look at this. His knight had to retreat all the way back. This guy, I'm killing him in development, and now this knight's not pinned. It can move. I got to figure out a way to get my light square bishop active. Obviously, his knight is really weirdly placed here, and that is something. So I got to figure out how I'm going to play this. I mean, I have this idea. I'm gonna go Space Invaders. If he backs up, I'm gonna keep pushing. All right, so I'm gonna expand. I'm just gonna expand all the way over here. That was a blunder. I have two pieces there. He just choked there. All right, I'll take the queen. All right, now we just have garbage time, I guess. Bring out the bench players. Take some more space. Why not, right? This bishop's coming over here. I can have a great square for my light square bishop all of a sudden. All of a sudden, my bishop is going to be an amazing piece. Look at this. It went from being like a complete garbage piece to being amazing. If he pushes, I just back up. This guy just fell apart real quick. He was doing all right, except he was making a lot of weird knight moves. I don't know what all this stuff is. Should I just take? Let's just do some weird stuff over here. I'm just gonna take this pawn. I need to get some more piece activity. I need another piece here. All right, what's he doing this? What's he doing here? His knight's about ready to get active, but hold on. I'm going to solidify everything. Sure, his knight can hop in here, but I'm willing to deal with that. He's looking to push and then be on this pawn. I don't want his knight hopping in here. That's actually not what I want. Oh, man. All right, well, I guess we're doing this. I'm keeping his knight out of this square. Now, he could push. But then I'll play bishop over. He casts. What do you do? He's brought his rook over. He sees that there's going to be pressure. This knight needs to be doing something else, but all right, I have an idea. This is where I want my queen. I want to be able to get this knight to c5. All right. This is what I've been wanting. I'll just do that. This dude's moving too quick. He's not thinking through his moves. I mean, if it's like he's got a time edge, but that's it. He's got to spend more time thinking through his moves. I mean, I do that. No, this is fine. This is all fine. Look where my knight's going to go, by the way. My knight is going to be like the coolest piece ever. Look at my knight right here. It's totally supported. It's such a beautiful piece. And now his rook's kind of like weird because he can't ever like double up his rooks. I'm going to give his knight a kick at some point. There's not even much he can do here. I mean, I could just trade off rooks first. That probably makes sense, but let's see. Got this check. I could get rid of his knight. Now let's let's just do this. This looks fine. Maybe I can trade off some rooks. She's got this idea. I can march this pawn up the board now too. And just sack some material even. Well, actually not really. This just might be the right. Okay, so he wants to go in for this. I'm gonna just allow him to take, right? All right. So what else can we do here? There's also this idea. No, that's not an idea. That would be the idea if I wanted to lose right away. All right. So whatever. We're just going to take. I don't want to spend too much time messing around. Oh, beautiful. Okay, who sees the tactic? Who sees the winning tactical idea? Bam. On the rook. Oops. On the rook and the king. And you can't block. So now I just do whatever I want. All right, let's see. He's going in for this. I want to find a very efficient checkmate. All right, let's first prevent him from coming out this way. That might have been a wasted move. All right, let's throw the check in. Well, this is kind of a fun move to make. He can't take because of the pin. Oh, I could have just came in here with the queen. That would have been stronger. Well, whatever. It's still good. Everything's good right now, basically. And then to finish up, right here. Cool. And that's how you play chess. That's it. That's all you do. If you want to win a game of chess, that's what you do. You just do that every time. Now he wasn't very strong, to be honest. Needle in a haystack. You say, thank you. You're doing great. Well, I'm glad to have you in here. Yeah, I do all sorts of stuff in here. Chess is one of those things that I do here. Let's see, Chaga, you say, is it still misinformation when it didn't happen now, but in the future? Yes, it is still misinformation. If you're gonna say that. I mean, what, you think I'm gonna do 10 push-ups in the future for every foul? I mean, I can't do a ton of push-ups. I could probably do like 30 or 40 push-ups right now. It's not like a ton, but it's like it's something I can do. 30 is usually a good amount. My wrist starts like getting all weird after like 30 push-ups. I don't know. I gotta work on my wrist issue. Let's see, Needle and Haystack. You say, yes, you can definitely learn a lot from me. Well, much appreciated. Yeah, we all learn from each other. That's one of the things about this channel. We're very big into open, honest communication. Even though, people joke around and troll, sometimes, but we're still like pretty genuine, open, honest people. And then we also, we're trying to learn. We're trying to evolve. We're trying to evolve ourselves, right? And Chega, you say, have you seen Dead Poet Society with Robin Williams? Yeah, like a long time ago, though. It's been like way too long. I barely remember anything about it. Was that the one with the janitor who was like really smart or something? I don't know. No, that was a different one. But I've seen Dead Poet Society. I've definitely seen it. All right. Let's see, where are we at now? And the list of things to do. We got through Grimm's Fairy Tales. We got through chakra balancing, guided meditation, Tao Te Ching. We've done a bunch of chess. I think it's we're about at Wordle time. Let's do a quick Wordle. Haven't done Wordle in a while. This is my first time streaming in 10 days, so this is, it's been a long journey back. All right, let's see how I can do a Wordle today. I'll start out with AD. Oops. Oh yeah, that's right. My keyboard's not working great. I do. So we know that there is an E in the fourth square and an A somewhere other than the first or fourth. All right. Let's do. Okay, so we got an L, and we have an A not in the first or third or fourth square. So it's probably A. It's probably something A. All right, so let's something like, let's do a word LA. Well, something like this. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Okay, great. So we have the LA, and then we have two other letters. So LA something T, like E something. I wonder if there's a Y in this word. I need to uncover some more letters. Gnome. The G, N, and the M. The G, N, and M. Is that enough, though? I want to see if there's a Y, though. Oh, I didn't use R yet, even. What am I doing? R is like a super common letter. I have an idea. Pring's not a word. What am I doing? Prong. Oh, so I already used the G too. That was not great, but I got the P, the R, and the N out of the way. This is getting tough, actually. I do want to use that Y. I feel like it's going to be EY, and that will help out. But it might not be. What words are that? LA something EY. Cool. No, LA, like Lacey? Oops. All right. Well, that's not good. That's not good. This is going to be really hard to rectify now. Okay. Could it be like late? I didn't use D yet. I did not use D. Yeah, I did. I tried D already. What am I talking about? This is going to be really tough. Oh, is this it? Should I go? I mean, I got to try something. 2 L's. It could be 2 L's. Wow. That was so lucky. That was ridiculously lucky. I almost didn't pass that. That would have really been terrible. But I did. I passed it. So it worked. Okay. I got really lucky there. All right. Cool. Hey, One Sluggy's here. Good to see you. And okay, Needle in the Haystack Redeem Stretch. Time to stretch a little bit. Oh, yeah. Feels good. It's good to just get up and do some stretching. All right. Much better. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for the stretch. Thanks for that redemption. I appreciate it. I got to drink some water too. I feel like I'm not drinking enough water. Let's see. If Chad, you say it's the one about teaching students about poetry. It's a fun movie. Yeah, I've seen it like a long time ago, but I just don't remember. And then books, Brews and Booze, you say that's Good Will Hunting you're thinking of. Yeah, that is. I think weren't those movies made around the same time, or maybe Good Will Hunting was a little bit after that. I think that was it. But yeah, I know I've seen both those movies, but it's just been a while. Chad Guy, Good Will Hunting was just about how amazing Ben Affleck and Matt Damon is in the movie because they wrote it. Yeah, well, it was a pretty cool plot. I like Good Will Hunting. One Slug, you said Lanes. Yeah, that was tough. I got lucky there at the end. That was ridiculous. I almost never lose that. I've only lost twice, and it was like the first time I played, I didn't know what I was doing, and then there was a time where I didn't know you could have the same letter twice. So like that, I almost blew it there. I was not on my game there, but that's fine. I haven't played in a while. So, by the way, One Sluggy is a streamer here on Twitch. One Sluggy streams primarily retro gaming. He was doing Castlevania. I was watching him beat up on Dracula. And well, at first Dracula was beating him up a lot, and then he was getting better and better. And then I had to go, and I guess he ended up beating Dracula that night, so it was pretty cool. But yeah, check him out. He's a good, authentic dude. He also does some streams about walking around his neighborhood and talking. All right. Let's see. Yeah, One Sluggy, what's going on with you tonight, man? How's everything going with you? Like, what's new in your world? You've been streaming a lot more lately. I see you around. How's work going? Chad Guy, you say, Agni, what's the story with Rasputin? Wasn't that just Rasputin? I don't know. I don't know. Didn't he live a wild life? Rasputin. I don't know anything about Rasputin. Maybe we should look up Rasputin. Let's look up Rasputin. And my keyboard's working now. Why is my keyboard working? Oh yeah, a Russian mystic and self-proclaimed holy man who befriended the family of Nicholas II. the last emperor of Russia. That's right. He was like that dude that they tried killing, right? That Rasputin was cool. They tried killing him. They gave him a ton of poison, and he like somehow survived or something like that. And he was like a smooth dude, I guess. He I don't know. He was in favor with like the Tsar of Russia, I think, something like that. Victor, so you say, what's your general experience of chess online? For you, it is often avoiding nonsense long enough to win. Well, I've been playing online chess for a long time. I mean, I've been playing forever, since it was like ICC. It used to be Internet Chess Club back in the day. There was that's like where you'd go there and you'd see like a graph, and there'd be like little circles, like, you know, of the different person's rating, and like, you know, how, and the time control, right? And you just click on like a green filled circle if you wanted a rated game, and like a green circle that was unfilled if you wanted just a regular game. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have some really good opponents online, and sometimes it is. Sometimes, yeah, there's a lot of guys that are all in on nonsense, right? But at the higher levels, it's not like that as much. Like, you know, like no one's going to play the England Gambit against me like at at like 16, 17, 1800. They're not gonna do that. But they'll do that till and it's pretty effective up to like 1200, like stuff like the England Gambit. Yeah, but like, I mean, I don't know. You get all sorts of types. Like, I'm a guy who's like, I'm real patient. I like playing like 30-minute games. That's like a pretty awesome time control for me. I get 30 minutes to make my moves. My opponent gets 30 minutes to make his moves, right? And then I can actually think about things and really try to get the positions I want. I'm a very positional player. You've actually inspired me a lot, though. I've doubled down on tactics lately. I'm going all in on tactics. I got my tactics rating up to around 2,800. I want to break 3,000. That's my goal, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to do it. I keep going up. I keep doing well with that. But it's good, you know. It slows you down to have to really sit there and think. What fucks with me is every once in a while I won't see the first move, and it'll be like a pawn move, and a pawn will be moving two squares. Like this one puzzle, I was looking at it. And I was looking at the puzzle for like 2 hours, and I'm like, what the fuck? I can't figure out this puzzle. What the fuck? And I'm like sitting there staring at it, right? I'm like looking at it, calculating everything. And it's because there was an en passant capture I could have done. And I didn't know that because I didn't see his move. I was just looking at it from the position of like a static puzzle, right? I couldn't believe it, though. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. And that was the winning move, the winning first move, the en passant move. Let's see. Chad, guy, you saying apparently he got the Russian queens and princesses pregnant. Yeah, he was a smooth guy, this Rasputin. I think him and me have a lot in common. No, I'm just kidding, obviously, but like he's like an interesting person, right? People like to write books about the guy. Victor Sor, you say maybe it's just you get the feeling that online gamers, at least nowadays. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that go in for cheap tricks, right? Like when I teach chess, I'll have kids that like one kid that will know Scholar's Mate, and he thinks he's like the best player ever because he just beats up on everyone else and no one knows how to defend it, right? So he'll like win a bunch of games. So what I always do is I always teach how to defend against Scholar's Mate. Early on. But I know that's like a very low level thing, right? Scholars Mate. But there's still a lot of people that go in for cheap tricks, like Smith-Morra Gambit tricks, right? There's a lot of tricks in the Smith-Morra, right? There's a lot of like weird subpar openings that they just memorize all the tricks and traps, right? So as long as you get, it's like there's like a minefield, right? You get through the minefield, and then you're gonna have a better position, and you just play solid chess. And that's the funny thing about people who are all like trick players, right? Because that's exactly what I'm not. I've never been about cheap tricks in chess, right? Never been about that. I don't like that. I don't even consider that like interesting or fun. But eventually, if you get through the person's tricks, they're just going to have to play some chess. Eventually, they're just going to literally stop. They can't memorize everything. They're just going to have to like literally play chess. And if they don't know their endgame theory, they don't know their middle game principles, they don't know their positional play, you're going to win, right? You're going to be able to win. So you just got to make it through like the first 15 moves, you know. Let's see. Victor, so you said you will hit 3,000. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I will. I have a lot of confidence in myself because I'm a really patient person. I'll sit there for like an hour, like looking at a puzzle. You know, if I sometimes, you know, like I'll sometimes I get really not always, but sometimes I really get into it, and I'll do that. Victor Sir, you say, glad to hear you inspired me. Totally doable. Yeah, you totally inspired me, right? You totally did, because you were always talking about doing puzzles on stream, and I was like, well, it's not going to make for good content if I'm sitting there like doing calculations for 20 minutes, right? People like more high paced quick stuff on stream, right? But then I was thinking, you know what? My tactical game is definitely not improved, and maybe it's gotten weaker over the last few years. So I needed to step up my tactical game. I have a book by Susan Polgar that I used to just sit there and go through, and just go through all the puzzles. Like when I was playing the Chicago Open, I brought that book with me, and I would just sit there and I would just, go through each tactics puzzle, right, and just go through them over and over and over, and try to learn more and more about it. And I haven't done my tactics work in a while. I've gotten sloppy. My calculation used to be really accurate. I would sit there and I'd be okay. And I'd calculate everything out, and I'd be fine, right? And now, but then for some reason, I think I got lazy. I was like, you know what? Oh, this has to work. I would start saying stuff like that in my head, like, oh, well, of course this sacrifice is going to work, or of course this is going to work, or I don't need to calculate this all. This has to lead to checkmate, right? And that's exactly what you don't want to do as a chess player. You don't want to think like that. Obviously, if you're in time pressure, you have to think like that sometimes. But for the most part, that's the worst attitude to have. You don't want to have an attitude like that, right? Now I'm going back in and I'm actually calculating things, to the full extent, right? Not just like a prima facie calculation, but like a serious intense calculation. Let's see. Books, Brews, and Booze. You say, friends, you're officially in snooze mode. Have a great rest of stream and see you all soon. Yeah, great to see you. And everyone check out Books, Brews, and Booze. She does great reading streams on here on Twitch. She was reading Sherlock Holmes last time I got to see her, and it was great. It was great hanging out with her. She's also a really awesome person and has a cool cat too. Victor Sir, you say, yeah, true. You kind of view it as a metaphor for life. Some people try to get through life. Exactly, right? Some people learn all the quick little cheap tricks, right? They know all the quick little clever things to say, right? They know the quick actions, the weird little things you can do in life to get through. But they don't have any depth, right? They're all cheap tricks, right? I don't know, and that's fine, right? That's fine. I mean, you can win a lot of games if you're if you know all the tricks and traps in Smith-Morra Gambit, but eventually you're going to reach a point where all the good players know all that, how to stop all that stuff, and then you're going to be in a worse position. You're going to be in a worse position by with what you're doing, right? Let's see. Chad guy, you say, have you ever read any of Machiavelli's books and philosophical works? I have not actually. I mean, I think I might have read a little bit of stuff, maybe a few pages or something, but nothing substantial. No, I haven't. Victor, sir, did you ever show you the clip you made of the strong four-player chess player? Some pretty awesome calculation. No, I don't think I saw that. The only one I saw of yours was the one where you were talking about how to avoid that opening trap. There was some opening trap in the four-person chess. I don't know four-person chess well enough, right? But I know it's a great game. I know it's awesome. But so that's cool. You have one of you could post it. You could post it in either post it in Discord or post it in chat and either way. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, Archon Southpaw. And thank you so much for the follow, Right Jab One. Much appreciated. Welcome in. We got a language I don't know. We got a language I do not know. And then your Lex, you say hello. How are you? I'm good. How are you doing tonight? How are you all doing tonight? How's everyone doing tonight? I'm a chess instructor IRL, and you're rubbish. Sorry to hear that. And I also I have a master's in philosophy, so I do philosophy streams as well on here. It's Arabic, I think. Yeah, I know. But I guess try to keep it in English or whatever, because I can't read any of that. I'd appreciate that actually. Your Lex, you say it's 6 a.m. You haven't been asleep at all. Yeah, I know, but I don't know that language. So for all I know, you could be saying something insulting to someone in chat. All right, it is one of the prettiest written languages, though, right? It is. This is the first time someone's come in and just been putting different stuff on it into it though. Victor Sora, can you read it? Can you translate for me? Archon, can you write something that I can understand or not, man? Yes or no? All right. Hello, and Cody, though. Good to welcome in everyone. We got a lot going on here. Very pretty police translate, yeah. All right, I mean, it might be Troll City. I have my troll vibe is going on. Are you a chess player, Archon? Do you know how to play chess? Do you want to play some chess? We'll settle this over some chess. All right, fair enough. I'm just teaching meditation, dude. I'm trying to teach people how to meditate. Do you meditate at all? Do you play some chess? I don't know. We'll see. All right. Oh yeah, so there it is, Victor Store. All right, clipped. So you got the Miss Mate in there. Yeah, I'll check that out later. That's the strong 4-person chess. All right, cool. Archon. So here's your deal. You can like stop. I'm gonna time you out for a little bit. Yeah. You know, I don't know what he's saying. He could be saying something disrespectful, right? Sorry, you can't stay because you're tired. Unless you want to play a chess game against you, you're relaxed. I don't know. I just finished playing. I mean, I don't know. Right jab. I gotta time you out too. Sorry. That's just how it goes. If someone's not typing in English, they could be disrespecting someone in chat. So I don't wanna do that. But welcome in. Maybe you'll come around. Maybe you'll come around and like you'll start digging the meditation. Some people come here to troll, and then eventually they realize that I'm a good human being and they want to like hang out and hang out with me. So let's see. A needle in the haystack. You say philosophy was your favorite class in college. Nice. It opened your eyes to more than a few things that you wish you never knew. LOL. Yeah. Well, that's true. That's right. There is a dark side to philosophy too, right? Because you start thinking really hard about things, and then it's like, whoa, life's not exactly what I thought it was, right? Things are actually pretty weird, right? But yeah, that's just how it goes. That's how it goes sometimes. Let's see. Victor, so you say, you're not sure they were trolling. One of the translation was, please be my friend. Oh, well, okay, whatever. Then I won't boot him. Thank you for doing that. I don't think I can undo it though. It's a troll when their username isn't English. It's a weird move though. It's a weird move because it's like, yeah, I don't know what they're saying, right? Obviously, right? But like, whatever. They'll be timed back pretty soon, so like any minute, so they should be good. All right. Where are we at? I've been streaming 2 hours and 47 minutes. By the way, this is my return stream. It's been a while since I streamed 10 days because I did the deep cleaning of my place. I steam cleaned all the carpets. I got rid of a bunch of stuff. I threw out my computer desk. I cleaned every surface. Now this is the one I like. This is the one I like telling people. I cleaned every single surface of every single possession of mine, every single thing that I own. I cleaned every surface and dusted every surface. So every picture, every glass, every pencil, every piece of paper, every nook and cranny on the walls. I cleaned my entire place perfectly. I cleaned behind the stove, behind the fridge. I took everything out of the fridge. I cleaned everything in the fridge and freezer, right? I cleaned behind the washer dryer. Like I did a really thorough cleaning, the most thorough cleaning I've ever done of my home. I just wanted to get my place in perfect order, and it feels good. It feels really good to have a home that's where everything is just perfectly clean. All right, so yeah, anyways, I haven't streamed in 10 days because I threw my computer desk in a dumpster, and my computer's been on the floor, and I didn't want to stream on the floor. Okay, all right. Anyways, let's see. Where are we at here now? Maybe it's time to raid. Let's see who's out there. Let's see who's out there in the world. We have Soma and let's see, Matt Suarez Music is out there. Let's raid Matt Suarez Music. Yeah, we'll raid Matt Suarez. That sounds like a good person to raid right now. Okay. All right, we're going to do this. So, thank you all, by the way, so much. Let me, let's see. Let's get this raid city. Yeah, 2785. Yeah, right. I'm up there. I was over 2800 like earlier today for like a short period of time. I'm right there. I feel like I can do it. I feel like I can definitely get to 3000. And I feel sharper. It's funny. It's like those muscles. They get weak if they atrophy. If you don't use those tactical muscles, then you're not gonna calculate as well, right? let's see the raid city, and we have all this stuff. We can all copy and paste the raid call, raid sign, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. People always say different things about it's a raid sign or a raid call. I just call them both because I don't know. I just figure that's the way to do it. All right, here we go. Chaggy, you say, did you clean your oven and behind it and your fridge? I did. Okay, so that's the one thing I did not clean. I did not clean inside the oven. I cleaned the exterior, and behind the fridge. All that area behind the fridge. I pulled the fridge out. I did all that. I got back behind everything. You know, I cleaned all that area. I did a deep cleaning. It was like a super deep cleaning. All right, so let's go to almost 3 hours. That's a good amount of time for streaming. There he is, Matt Suarez Music. And I've rated this guy for he's a good dude. He's a musician. I like supporting the arts. So thank you all so much for being here. I'm super grateful for all of you. Namaste to everyone in here. I appreciate you all. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you around. Take care, all my friends. I'll see you around.